Howdy y'all, and welcome to episode, what is this, 12 I think it is, 1, 2, 12. Just wanted to give some updates on some happenings in the world. I noticed this feeds a high pressure boiler, and it feeds all my biogenerators up there that give me all my EU power. That's the only EU that I use is right up there. Other than that, everything is MJs. So I slapped a lily pad of fertility in there just to see if that would boost up, because it was tearing through. I had a full barrel in there for the longest time, and when I started burning using this up there, it was tearing through it. I started tearing through it, so I'm down to a measly 700 stacks. Excuse me. So I'm seeing if this will maybe bolster that back up. Just one lily pad of fertility right now from Jeez, I don't know why I can't say that. Reliquary. I'm over in the B area, and I have been running all of these crystals right here. There's is that 8, 16, 17, 18 crystals over here, and I honestly can't tell if it's doing anything. If I have two of these right here, you see almost no change in their color. Can't even tell if they're really doing anything. If I have one here, it turns. You can see it turn color, and it actually stores up energy. I think maybe because it doesn't give it out to the node, or I don't really know the mechanics on this thing, but I'm not really seeing anything different with these here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut my purified node bees down. That's the Vis Queen, and if you're asking if that's, they're not normally purified node, I have two Vis that are. This one I bred a while back from the drones from this one. This was a some other queen, maybe a forest queen, and I bred it with all the drones from that one when I had a stack, and just slapped them in there, and so those are both purified node, and then the pure queen is also a purified node. So I've shut them off. So once they are done with this life cycle, they're not going to breed again. So I'm going to see if that does anything. And then once they're gone, I'm going to see how this affects the aura, and I'll probably remove that, because it from what I can see, it's not doing anything. Other nodes that don't have any of that are the bees. They're popping out wisps and stuff, but they eventually clean themselves out. That thing has been moderate for ever and a day. While I was over here, I came to check out my village, and there was one villager left. I have no idea what happened to him. So I went over to the farm and my villager breeder over there, and snagged a couple and threw them over here. So I started with 3. Yeah, this was the guy that was here, and then I grabbed these two from over there, and it looks like they've already bred a couple. So all the iron golems are gone. I looked around. I didn't really have any unlit areas. So I don't know what happened to them. No clue. Don't know where they went. Maybe they all jumped in the lava pit. I don't know. But so we're up to 3 villagers now and 2 youngins. So hopefully they'll grow up. Do want to take you over to the mob spawner that we made last episode, and I do have the angry zombie spawner, and it has been added to my my experience grinder over there. This is what I got while I was sitting here killing these things. Now, I I only watched to get that spawner, and I used a Soul Stealer sword, tier 5 Soul Stealer, or Soul Stealer level 5, which gives you 6 souls per kill, and you need what, a 1024, 1026, something like that kills for a level 5 soul shard. And so I came over here and turned it on, would get a sizable group in there, and then kill them off, and then go back to watching the video. And it took, I was watching one of Etho's latest videos where he was on the Minecraft server. He was working on a trivia machine, which was pretty intricate, and I had the tier 5 soul shard before he was done. So that's how long it took. I did add a 3rd level up on the top, so there is another level other than the 2 that we did. I did get some ender pearls. That's just the pearls that I got, not the ones, not all the endermen that I killed, but those are the pearls. So we're getting endermen and everything in here, so it's actually pretty good. I mean, if you turn on the water break, like I said, these are all angry zombies in here right now. These are not all the mobs, but if you turn the water break on and they all come down here, I'm actually thinking that the drop is maybe too far, because I'm not getting enough angry zombies like I would expect. So I think I might actually need to lower the break a little bit to get if I wanted just angry zombies. Because I think some of those zombies you see dying are actually angry zombies. Because I think I went up and looked at it, and I think it's actually, the break is at 23, I think. So it's actually like 1 high. But I wasn't unhappy with the numbers. I mean, if you want an experience grinder before you can really get enough soul shards together, one, you can do all your soul shards in here. But if you're looking for an experience type thing, you saw that Sword of the Zephyr. I mean, you come up here in 1 hit, and they're all dead. And you can just, I mean, that's pretty nice right there. And I also added these autarkic gates on here to try to, this kind of increases the range, kind of like a transposer, to, if you turn it on, it kind of goes all the way around it instead of just things that fall right on top of it, to try to get the stuff that was falling up here on top of this ledge. And it's working pretty good. So here's all the records I got, just goofing around, getting those, getting that soul shard. But I do have it, and it is installed. And that's probably what we're going to be working on a little bit later, is the experience room. That's something that I would kind of like to upgrade. Sort of, hold on, where's my book? Oh, the portal down there. I need to make one. I'm getting all these books. I actually have more chests upstairs full of books, but I like to go in there and weed out ones that I would probably never use. Well, treasure I would probably use, but like fire aspect I don't use a lot. And knockback I don't use knockback because that's for a sword, and if I'm using a sword I don't want to knock them back. I want to be able to kill them. I do like punch on a bow, because if I'm using a bow I want to keep them away from me. So, but I'm probably going to get a count, figure out how many barrels I would need, and then probably pop over to a test stage real quick and try to figure out what is the best means of getting into those barrels, because I don't think redstone tubes recognize the difference in books. I'm pretty sure that Buildcraft does, and I don't know if the routers will. So I'm going to go over and do a check on that and then make a decision on whether I'm going to use Buildcraft or routers to move that around. And I've messed with this guy a little bit. He's got two different modes now. He's got the XP mode. Well, the auto enchanting mode, which means you slap some books in here and he'll go and start collecting experience and enchant. And then if I want the experience out of there, I can just run a program, a real easy, just all it does is wrap the peripheral and then set it to false so it doesn't collect. And so I can just stand right here and then get all the experience. If I need to repair or upgrade an item or whatever, I can do it that way. So that's pretty nice. So I want to work a way to put a stack of books in him and just let him run. And maybe even collect books out of a chest. I may put a chest like down below him, let him drop books into there, and then if he runs out, pull books up. So I may add that to the program. I will not do that online just because watching somebody edit code, and especially me, I suck. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, it took me like a freaking hour on the miscellaneous peripherals and Computercraft website just to figure out what commands I needed to do to write this little stupid thing. So that's not something, you're not going to learn anything from my thought process, because it's back and forth from a web page to, I wonder what this does. Lieutenant Dan says Jenny's a hoe. I mean, yeah, I'm not that bright when it comes to this programming stuff here, so but I do want to work away, and I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this and then put it over here, just build this room out a little bit more, or maybe put it on the back side of that, maybe put a room back over here. So I'm going to go figure all that out, and when I do, if I can talk, we will be back. See you then. Okay, I'm back in the world. I've been doing some testing. Instead of going into a test world, I just figured I'd use my little world here. And I found a bug with routers, which means we cannot use those to manage books. These three, two of them were Fire Protection 3, the other one was a Disjunction. Now, as you can see, they're all Fire Protection 3 now. The problem with the routers, it looks like, whatever book you put in first, every book that goes in after it changes into that book. That's a bad thing, but it could also be a good thing. In fact, let's try this out just to make sure that it is actually what happened. I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to take the punch 1, and we're going to put it in there. Okay, so that's punch 1 right now. And I'm going to take the Fire Protection, and the Fire Protection, and the Fire Protection. And we're going to throw them all in there, and you see they all go to the same one, even though the first one put in was punch. Now, these should punch 1, punch 1, punch 1, punch 1. That's kind of cool. It could have its uses. Let's say you got a Silk Touch or a repair enchant that you want to dupe, and you got a bunch of crap like knockback that you don't want. That is a way you could I don't know, dupe them, I guess, or change them. So we won't be using routers. So definitely going to end up having to use red power to do our sorting down, or not red power. I guess we're going to have to use Buildcraft, or maybe a combination of both. I could use a relay or something like that to go from, because right now there's red power pipes down there, so I could pull everything out, maybe go to a relay, and then go into a Buildcraft network. So let me play around a little bit more, and hopefully we'll have something to show for our work soon. See you then. Welcome back. Put together a little something. I went ahead and made the room over here. I put in all the barrels. Well, not all of them, but I used all the books I had in the chest down here and labeled everything. An interesting note is the barrels do know the difference between the books. If you try to click on a book with the wrong book, it's just like any other item. So apparently the problem is with the router. Okay, see, alright, so what I've done is I went ahead and used Buildcraft pipe. Each one of these is set up, and I can thank Direwolf20 for this. He happened to have a video on the exact same thing. So any enchanted book will go in here, and then cobblestone to keep them from going up. So the book comes along real slow. It's not uber fast like a redstone tube network. But, I mean, it'll get the job done. And it does recognize the right barrel. So it comes around, picks the barrels, and then comes over here. And anything not in a barrel is going to wind up in the overflow chest over here. So over here, and I'm going to have to add more of these. I can tell right now, one single pipe. Now, transposer kept up with it. But because I was using Buildcraft pipes, I've removed all the redstone stuff, and now it's getting everything, but it's just getting it really, really slowly. So I have the obsidian pipe going into the golden pipe. It comes down to the diamond pipe, and the diamond pipe only takes the enchanted books and shoves them over there. Everything else, for the time being, is going into void pipe. I just don't need all this crap. I may set up. I've got just so much bone and arrows and the other goodies right now. I just don't need it all. But you can see in a very short time how it built up in there. So I guess I'm going to have to add 2 more obsidian pipes here on either side and see if that can boost the speed up any. So I'm going to go do that. But it's working pretty good right now. You can see the 2 books that don't have a barrel went all the way around the circuit and ended back up over here. So that's good. I mean, that's what we wanted. So far it's working. So I'm going to be right back after I make the additional pipes and a couple more autarkic gates and put that all on there. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. I think we got everything together. I've got the additional pipes, and what I'm going to use is iron pipes. So there's not issues right here. And I'm also going to use it here, so anything coming down off of those does not come back to there. So let's get our wrench. We will change the direction. So the clear side is the direction it's going to go, so it's going to go here. I'm probably going to have to change that also. No, that should be good. Shouldn't go back up. Hope not. If so, we'll change it. So everything now will, from these 3, will come down here, go to the diamond pipe, and then be shuffled off. And nothing will go up this way, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to go ahead and add some power to these obsidian pipes, give them a little bit more strength. I'm going to set it to redstone signal off, energy pulsar for both of them. Redstone energy off. Oop. Okay. So now that is hooked up. Hopefully that will work a little bit better. Okay, that's still running. So let's turn it on and see what we've got. Let's see how our little system will work. This may be too loud. like for the most part, the items are already getting picked up. Stuff's bouncing, but if it bounces off the one, it seems to be going to the other pretty well. Point is off. Yeah, okay, so now that's the problem. It is going up. So that pipe is going to have to be changed. Going to need one more iron pipe. So here, get one more. Go back down. Aren't you guys dying? Are they dead? Okay, they're dead. So let's get rid of that and slap in our iron pipe. And wrench that one. So, no, that one's right. That's right. That's going here. That's going down. This is going here. Okay. We should be right now. Let's give it a test. Boy, there's a slime that is always right over my head. I'm going to have to go put something up there to discourage him from hanging out up there. I know he just wants to be friends, but go away. Not buying it. Alright, the way this spawner works is your typical, so you're sure you've seen it 1,000 times, shard, soul shard spawn. In a chamber up above, it's about 21 blocks up, are 4 spawners. There's 2 skeletons and a zombie spawner, and as of very recently, a angry zombie spawner. When this is turned on, it turns off the redstone signal. I'm sorry, when this is up, it turns off the redstone signal and allows them to spawn. They all fall down in the hole here, and there around the chamber are 5 melee turtles. And melee turtles get experience for killing, and they get the rare drops just like a player would do. So they're killing them. We did have right here a brain in a jar. Those used to be really nice because they just tell, you know, tons and tons of experience. I could just leave this thing on when I needed to come and get some levels. I just come and click on it until it was good. And, it was really nice. And then they of course nerfed it. So now it's really only good for about 30 levels or so. If you're going from empty. So that kind of sucked. Now with the experience turtle here, it's a waste to go more than 30 levels because that's the max. And after that much experience, you start getting what's called diminished returns. I mean, you're not getting as much as you would at the lower levels. So you get a lot more out of the orbs at the lower levels, because the higher levels cost more experience than the lower levels. So that's why I've got this thing set up so at 30 it produces a book, so it doesn't lose anything. So we have a book going through there. I have no idea what it is, but so the way I changed the program to work now, we'll stop this for just a second. So let's go in and look at the program for just 1 second. So what we're looking at now is the function that I use to make the book. It tells the turtle select slot 2, that's slot 2, and then it tells it to transfer one item to slot 1, so it transfers one of those to here. Okay, and then it tells the turtle select slot 1, where the book's at, and it tells it to enchant it at level 30. I saw a lot of videos that talked about auto enchanting when I started looking at this, and they all had their turtle. Once it got 30 levels, they had it back up, move over into their enchanting room, and enchant. As far as I can tell, it doesn't need books, so there's no need for that. Just leave it right where it is, and then after it gets done, it. Did I not move it? Well, it's dropping it, so I'm gonna have to rewrite that. I needed to move it over to slot 3 and then drop. So it's just drop, yeah, but it's not so. Okay, well it still works because it's as soon as it's enchanting it, it's dropping it. So that works. So what it's doing is dropping and it's getting picked up by these things and going down here. So back to the program. Turtle enchants. This is not what I meant it to do, but it works. The turtle then spits the book out. The book is then picked up by the pipes, and since it's split at the diamond pipe, the enchanted book comes on over here. If it's one of the enchanted books that has a barrel, it'll go around the line, go down the bottom here first, see if it fits any of these. If it doesn't, it goes over here, see if it fits any of these, etc., etc., etc. And if it's not in any one of those, then it comes out over into the overflow chest here. These are sandstone pipes, so that keeps it from connecting into an inventory. That's all the sandstone pipes do. So you don't get a weird connection right here, or to the chest, or to the side of this barrel. So that's the way that works. And if you just want to see the whole program here, it is. I made it myself, so it's really not that difficult. All it does is it comes down here and it activates the peripheral, which is the experience, or the enchanting table, I guess, and then sets auto collect to true. So it will auto collect any experience that is around, and it sets the variable I to 1. And the reason for that is really just like I think I said it in a previous episode. That's just for debugging, so I can kind of see on screen what it's doing. And then it sets kind of an infinite loop here, and says while true do, it sets another variable E to mget levels, which means it's getting the amount of levels that it has. And then it comes down here and sets I plus 1. And then it sleeps for like a quarter of a second. And it has to do that in an infinite loop. I don't know why, but if you don't put a sleep in there, it'll crash. Then it comes down and says when it gets to when I is equal to 20, and this is again for debugging purposes. You don't have to have this in a program. It comes down here, and then it prints the levels for me. So it's kind of counting every 20 times that it's cycling through this. It's telling me what its current experience levels is, and then once it does that, I is set back to 1. Okay, and then down here, it's saying if E is greater than 30, then it's going to do the magic function up there, which is going to do pick the book and enchant it and then drop it. So it's not a really really hard program, because I mean, shoot, if I can do it, a 10-year-old middle schooler could probably make it even better. So that's our automated chanting right now. Get out of this, and we'll run it again. And immediately it made a book and sent it out. Oh, and it's probably already going through the system. So I have no idea what it is or where it's going. You really can't tell when it's in the piping system. It moves so quickly that I just don't see it. But not bad, not bad. It works, and it's something we don't have to mess with now. It's fairly simple, pretty straightforward. There's a lot of room for growth here. I can expand this out easy enough. Just add, extend this room out, and then move these pipes over to the. Man, that zoomed off. Oh, it went somewhere over here. I don't know where it went. But it zooms once it gets over here. I guess this first little, it doesn't have enough time to get any speed coming out of here. I can't use golden pipes right there. Give it a little bit more oomph. Like I said, I can just extend this room out, move these pipes over as I extend out. If I find more, that's the advantage for building underground. Excuse me. Dinner coming back on me. That's the advantage, like I said, for building underground. You can just, you need more room, dig it out. So that's kind of why I put all this stuff down here, is if I need to change things or adjust, I can just move it around. And this is what the terminal looks like. I can make it pretty, and I could have it say, experience level, whatever, but I know what it is, and it's just for me. So it is working. Well, I think that's about it for today. Happy with the progress here. Did get our angry zombie spawner. That was nice. Previous episode's build of the mob spawner was excellent. That's always something that we can go to. Should they somehow nerf soul shards, or that the mob spawner is vanilla mechanics, so it'll kind of always be there unless they drastically change the game. Now this is nice, but not really necessary. We could take him out and just sit here and collect the experience ourselves right now, and run right over there and enchant. This is just a fun little project to do. I really enjoyed this. And I think it's nice. I mean, it's just, now I can just come in when I'm ready to enchant something and just say, okay, I'm doing a sword. Let me see, I need some unbreaking, I need some sharpness, need a little flame aspect. Okay, I need some vorpal, some smite, and hook it all up. I may even move a anvil down here so I don't have to go back up top. Just knock it all out right down here. So as you can see, I did clean out this chest entirely. I would probably go up top and clean out that enchanting room chest and move everything down here also. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this little project. I had a good time doing this. This was a lot of fun. It really doesn't take that long. I think the hardest part for me was coming up with this, because I am so unfamiliar with writing programs. If you can think of a better way to do that code, let me know. I'm not one to sit here and say I do everything perfect for certain, especially not when it comes to scripting or programming anything. My VCR, I'm sorry, I don't have a VCR anymore. My DVD player has been blinking noon since I got the thing years ago, so yeah. Alrighty, well, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed, and please leave your likes and your comments. See y'all later.